Alright, lads. So, I didn't want to be in this position again, but I have some explaining to do. So, originally, I was gonna make one episode February and March, make the next episode, the final episode of the season, April and May. But once again, it didn't record, so I'm recording it on two different softwares right now. And if you're hearing this, that means it worked, and I'm gonna try to figure something out. Like after this career mode, I'll do a little break in the next one. I'll do some tests. This is my first career mode, so I really don't know what I'm doing. So, you know the drill. Just gonna go through and recap it. So Newcastle, we got a 3-0 win. I believe we simmed that one. We Liverpool 4-1, and really gutted on the footage for that because we played really well. However, we did lose to Wolves 3-2, which was a Wolves and Leicester were big in the Europa League race. We really could have edged ahead if we won these two, but it was two losses in a row. We're still in the Europa League race if you saw the table. It's just we could have edged ahead, but we move. Sheffield United, we beat 3-0. Southampton, we're the worst team in the league. I seen these two because they were they weren't doing very well. The Southampton draw was an ideal, and the Everton draw. So we're not in the best form, um, squad-wise. So Tomori's injured, unfortunately. Wendy is up to an 80, Cantwell 77, Madison 85. And Bastoni was absolutely terrible. Last episode, he was not good at all. We're probably gonna have to play Zimmerman for. I believe Tomori's out for 4 weeks, which at this point, let me just check. So Tomori, it looks like he might be back for the Chelsea game, but if not, it looks like he'll just be in for Burnley and City. So we have Arsenal, Brighton, Watford, West Ham, Chelsea, Burnley, and City. So we have 7 games this episode. We'll probably sim Brighton and Watford. We'll probably play West Ham, Arsenal. Then we'll probably play Chelsea and City, probably some Burnley. Burnley aren't doing too well. It depends on how the table changes. So, yeah. Going into the Arsenal game, Pukki, he lays it up to Madison. Madison just getting by the Gunners' defense, and he nails it. Bottom right corner, 22nd minute. So yeah, Pukki just finding the space, Madison just beating his man, and then lasering it, side netting. 9 goals for the lad. So then Aubameyang just opened up our defense way too easily as he equalizes 31st minute, so not too long after. 1-2, unlocked it way too quickly. We do need to work on that. Madison looking for a response as he lays it up to Zlatan. Zlatan laying it off to Madison, the goal scorer. Madison, he lays it up to Pukki. Pukki, point blank, right where the post meets the crossbar, top right corner. Lovely finish from the Finn. So Pukki, after he's got it as close as he possibly could. So Madison, just running through the Gunners' defense, lays it off to Zlatan. Of course, Zlatan's going to get it on the score sheet. Floodgates are starting to open at the Emirates as we go 3-1 up. So yeah, that was all we had to do. 3-1, we take 3 points from North London. So here's the table right now. It looks like Wolves, not definitely, but it looks like they pretty much secured that. 10-point lead. We can cut it down a little, but I don't think we're gonna get the automatic spot. Leicester could tie us on points, and we're level on goal difference because they do have a game in hand. But even if Chelsea are to win their game in hand, we would still be above them. So it looks like we're gonna fight Leicester and possibly Chelsea. So that Chelsea game coming up gonna be a massive one. Really buzzing about the win against Arsenal, even though they're in 10th. It looks like they have Ragani and Semedo, so they did have a good team. But I don't know, it just looks like we're in a really good position right now. Title race, Spurs 6 points behind City, very unrealistic. Then Liverpool are 4 points behind Spurs and level with United, so it's not realistic at all. And Zlatan is on top of the Golden Boot race right now, so happy days at Carrow Road. Not something you hear a lot. So we beat Brighton 5-0 out last time. I'm thinking of simming them. I'm thinking of simming Watford. We're going to play West Ham because they're like in 10th. We're going to play Chelsea, and then I think we might just sim Burnley, Brighton, and Watford. So, yeah. I was thoroughly impressed by Zimmerman last time, so I was going to rotate him and Klose, but Klose will still get his opportunities. I'm just going to throw him for the Brighton one. So, we won 5-0 to Amex last time. Let's see how we do home. So the Seagulls are at Carrow Road. Do we see ourselves out? Oh, we draw. That's not good. Zlatan getting on the score sheet, which is good for him. So great news as Fikio Tomori can he's on the mend. He can rejoin training sessions, so he should be back in a matter of, can't even talk. He should be back in a matter of weeks. Sorry, I meant to say matter of days, not weeks. Maybe like a week, but not too long is what I'm trying to say. And I'm waffling. So Kloza is getting mad because he's not playing, so I might as well play him for Zinmin, give him a rest, maybe switch things up. Might help against Watford, who aren't doing too well. So it looks like... So yeah, I'm still waiting for Leicester and Chelsea to play those games, because that's going to determine a lot. We could bottle this. In theory. I mean, if Chelsea are to win, there will be a point ahead of us, and we still have to play Chelsea, so it's going to go down to the wire. That Chelsea game is a must win. Yeah. So, but we're not at the Chelsea game right now, we're at the Watford game. Chelsea could still lose. Let's see. How do we see ourselves out? We do 2-0 win. And so yeah, it looks like Cantwell and Dremick coming off the bench scoring. Great to see them doing well. So Chelsea and Leicester played their games in hand. So Everton on 54 points in 9th, Leicester on 55 points in 8th, we're in 7th with 56, and Chelsea with 57. So it's let's just see who's behind Everton. I believe it is West Ham. No, it's Arsenal. So Arsenal on 46. So it looks like it's a 4-horse race for 2 positions. This is gonna be absolute mad end to the season. And I mean, we are on the bottom end of the two places, but I mean, Leicester and Everton would love to be us right now. So if we so I'm gonna play the West Ham one. Gonna play Chelsea after that. So good enough of a break between that. We should see ourselves out against Burnley, so I think if we beat West Ham, we beat Chelsea, we should be in. But I don't think it'll guarantee it, but we should be in good shape. I just can't stress enough how crucial this Chelsea game is. All coming down to this.
So as you can see, Guendouzi just getting through the West Ham defense, and then he bangs it top right. Lovely finish in the 8th minute as we open at home against the Irons. So yeah, a bit of passing in the build-up, and then Madison actually falls, but Guendouzi just goes through and puts the ball in the back of the net. So as you can see, Zlatan, he's on the charge, lays up to Guendouzi. Could he see a double? Yes, he will. Another lovely finish in the 15th minute, 2-0. We're absolutely walking through this one. Here we can see Guendouzi just getting by Agbana. Guendouzi, could he get a hat-trick? 1-on-1, but he very unselfishly lays it up to Pukki, who bangs it into an open net. I probably could have gotten it with Guendouzi, just want to make sure the goal went in, so we lay it off to Pukki. Here we are, 3-0 up. Antonio with it on the edge of the box gets brought down by Jamal Lewis, and he will be sent off, red card. So Pukki, he's 1-on-1 again, close range again, and he nails it into the top right corner. 4-0 in the 60th minute. I think we're getting the 3 points today, lads. 66 minutes, so just after our goal, and then Pope gets a deflection, but Yarmolenko just putting it back in. But that's not really a goal that gives you momentum, way too far behind. So here we go. Like I said, it's going to go down to the wire. So let's say Leicester win their game in hand, and let's say we beat Chelsea, and Everton lose, then Everton will mathematically be out of the Europa League race. But so they would have to lose, we would have to win. So we're just going to do all we can. We're going to beat Chelsea in this. And if we're to see ourselves out here, it's going to be really big for the Europa League race. So definitely the biggest game of the episode, one of the games of the season right here. So Buendia laying it up to Pukki, who will cut inside, who lays it up to Zlatan. Zlatan, he's going to pass or shoot. He's going to shoot and nails it into the left-hand side. Took a little while, 37th minute, but the important part is we are in the lead at Stamford Bridge, and we are in the lead to go ahead in the race for the Europa League. So there's Zlatan just taking it, running by the Chelsea defense. Terrible marking as the Swede gets his 21st goal of the season. Todd Cantwell with it this time, maneuvering himself around, and James Maddison will be the man again in the bottom right-hand corner just before the halftime whistle, and it's looking good for us. So 92nd minute here into added time. Chelsea laying it over our defense. Jorginho with a nice flick playing it back, and then Rafi Guerrero in the 92nd minute. A bit late. Looks like it'll be a consolation goal. and it will be in a very vital win as we take the 3 points from London.
So right now we have a 4-point lead over Everton with 2 games left. So we win this, and even if Everton win, all we have to do is maintain our 4-point lead past the Burnley game, and we clinch a Europa League spot. So all we need to do is beat Burnley, relegation zone Burnley, and it's sealed. Didn't think I would be saying this at the start of the season. Didn't think we would make it this far, but the squad's absolutely insane. We've been playing really good football. I'm gonna sim it. Worst case, I just play the Man City one and then just have to beat them. But I do have confidence. I know I have to start trusting Sims a little more. If we're gonna want to finish season 1, sorry, if we're gonna want to finish season 2 by the time FIFA 21 comes out, which is in October. It's like late August right now. Anyway, yeah, this could be the squad that clinches the Europa League for Norwich City. A bit mad, really. It is qualifying rounds, but we should see ourselves out. Brackow Road. We're up against Burnley. I would play it like for the thrills and all that, but I feel like it would be a thrashing if I played it, like, not to be cocky, but I feel like kind of would, the way Burnley are right now. Like, no disrespect, they're a good team in real life. I don't know why FIFA is doing them this dirty. Looks like Zlatan's not gonna get the golden boot. He would need 5 goals in 2 games, which I know Zlatan can do, but 21 goals in the Premier League at 38. Absolutely mad. Take a bow, Zlatan. And that could still grow. I mean, nothing's done yet. We have to approach every game like the same. Let's see. Will we be playing? Will Europa League football be coming to Carrow Road next season? It will. 3-0 win. Dermick with 2, Madison with 1. And there it is. Europa League football is coming to Carrow Road. That's a fact. It's set in stone. So, we have one more game left to play, which is the City game, which is going to be one kind of fun last hurrah. And it's really going to test how good we really are. Because City, so if they win, actually, so they have 2 games left to play. So we could stop City from getting in a 100-point season. That would feel great as a Liverpool fan.
So Man City game on our quest to stop City from 100 points as Pukki lives it off to Madison in an abundance of space, just getting it by Ederson as we go into the lead at the Etihad Stadium. James Madison has been in great form, especially in this episode, absolutely mad. Unstoppable there. Pukki just finding the space and finishes too much for Ederson. Then not too long after, our defense is just caught very vulnerable as De Bruyne gets the equalizer for City. So then there was this mistake by Pope. Not actually by Pope, looks like Tomori gave it away. And then Van de Beek. Not quite from Van de Beek, but from Aguero. So then Sterling just getting by our defense. And this is when the floodgates have started to open. 3-1 down the 51st minute. Don't think come back from this one, lads. So Rodri laying it up to Memphis Depay, who's back in Manchester. Memphis Depay, who lays it off to Van de Beek in 4-1 down 80th minute. Really just salt in the wounds at this point. So then Rodri playing the ball, who gets it? Memphis Depay once again. Van de Beek's deflection, and then David Silva in the 85th minute. Which, you know what? We'll let David Silva have one last goal for Man City before he leaves. Whatever. We weren't going to win anyway. And yeah, that was about it. So as you can see, all 38 matches played, 6 plays finished, which honestly absolutely buzzing about. We didn't stop City from getting 100 points, finishing on 101, but whatever, we move. There you can see Zlatan, 22 goals, 7 assists, then Pukki with 12 and 13, so looks like Zlatan responsible for 29, Pukki responsible for 25, and then James Madison responsible for 22. So really great stats from 3 of our biggest players, and even the players that weren't putting up the stats, I mean, everyone was putting up stats, but just not to that level. They're on the rise. Despite our veterans intact, we do have a very young squad, loads of potential. As you can see, Jamal, Lewis, Max, Aaron's both coming in up 4 overall. Todd Cantwell as well. Even Adam Ida coming in. James Madison up to an 85. Tomori up to an 80. So yeah, honestly, we're getting some really world-class players here, which is only going to get better in the future. And I'm absolutely buzzing for the future of this career mode.